Good morning. How's everybody doing today? It's a very cool, not cold, but cool, gray, rainy morning here in East Tennessee. Out for my walk. Got the horses and chickens taken care of. And I was just thinking about this 203K. We're kind of talking about the 203K all month, and I had an idea for a video. So here we go. So, first of all, I'm not pushing 203Ks, okay? I'm trying to educate and teach people about them. I feel they are a very underused product. They, in this market where inventory is so low, it opens you up to more opportunities for houses. Houses that really are thought of as cash buyers only or flippers, investors. So as a seller, you're minimizing and narrowing your market that you can market to. And as a buyer, you're not even looking at them, like you're just blowing right by them. It's like, oh, that'd be a nice house, but oh, I don't even want to look at that one. It needs everything. Or that one says cash only. Don't waste your time. Well, 203K is even better than a cash only. Well, maybe not better. Okay. I know realtors are like, no, cash only is the best thing ever. Okay, so it is. But 203Ks could be better than conventional, because even on conventional, there are still going to be things in a house that an appraiser is going to look at, and you can have a conventional mortgage and have it subject to repairs. It does happen. It can happen. And trust me, it's probably going to happen to you. So let's look at 203Ks. So I got to thinking about the trees here. Look at that peach tree, man. That thing is beautiful. Coming up here, ready for go this spring with them flowers. That thing is beautiful. So I started thinking about trees and 203Ks. And we bought these trees. We got 2 peach trees and 4 apple trees. And we bought them, and they were already started. Okay, they were about, this thing's a little bit over 5 feet right now. So it's probably just under 4 feet when we bought them. And they didn't have any buds on them, just leaves. And so they were already started. They were there. But it was our job to bring them home, to put them in the ground, to give them soil and nutrients and care and sunshine and water and rain. It was our job to do those things so that these trees can grow and turn into a tree that produces fruit, that we then can see the fruits of our labor and partake in the fruit. So, I got to thinking about how that's similar to a 203K. You buy a house that's already there, okay? But it needs nutrients, and it needs love, and it needs some equity, some sweat equity, and it needs some pounding of hammers and hitting of nails, and it needs some work. And when you're done, you've got a property that you will now see the fruits of your labor. Well, how is that? Well, first of all, you're living in a house that you want. You're living in the house that's done the way you want it done. Even the most perfect houses, people go in and they do things to them to make it theirs, to put the personal touch on it, to autograph it, if you will. And with a 203K, as you're doing the repairs, you're kind of doing that. You're putting your autograph and your prints all over this property. So when it's done, it's you. It's your house. It's what you want it to be. And then you see the fruits of your labor and the fact that you've got equity and, you partake of it. Yeah, you sit down at your kitchen table in the kitchen that you designed and the kitchen that you had rebuilt and redone and that you put the love and care into. And you sit down with your family and you enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's kind of what, when you think of a 203K, that's kind of what's happening there. So why aren't they more popular? Well, they're a little more work, and let's just be real. We're people, and, we like to take the easiest path, the shortest path to things, and it's kind of like water, and so they're hard. They're more work, they're more steps, they take longer. You're kind of doing 2 things at one time, and that you're getting the construction side done along with the credit side, and then the property side. So kind of even 3 things at one time, and so they take longer, and they're a little more time consuming, and that's counterproductive to today's market. It is. So a guy's selling a house, and it needs $50,000 worth of work, so he prices it as such, and he's looking for a cash buyer. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them right now, and I say unfortunately, not because it's a bad thing, but because it does make the 203K a little bit harder to negotiate, because that's who you're really up against. But trust me, there's more houses than there are cash buyers in that segment of the market. And it is something that you can look at. And some people don't look at their house as a cash house. They think that it's already this, and this. So maybe the house doesn't need a lot of things. It just, when you look at it, it's like you want to do things. It's like, oh, this house is perfect, but that paneling and that paint and that carpet, no. Okay, well, that guy's not looking for cash only, because that house is going to pass inspections. It's going to pass an appraisal. It's going to fly through. And, and somebody can get a mortgage on it. But with a 203K, you can go in and you can kind of make it yours and buy the house as it is, but then by the time you move in, it's the house that you want. So anyway, it is a tough sell in the market today, but put it in your toolbox and just know it's there and think of it as an option, and know that you got somebody on your side, me, that has done them, that has closed them, that knows the difference between the Fannie Mae rehab loan, the 203k loan, and the 203k streamline or standard loan, and knows how to structure and put those into place, and knows what to do to get them done, and that we have a team of people on the other side of the room that have processed them and underwrote them, and it's what they do. So just know you got a good team behind you, and don't be afraid to make that offer, and don't be afraid to show that house to that certain client that you just can't find a house for, and maybe, you know, open yourself up to those options. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not pushing the 203k. We do everything. We do FHA, we do conventional, we do USDA, VA, non-conforming, no income, bank statement loans. I mean, you don't even have to have Social Security. You don't even have to have a job for some of the loans that we can offer. This is just, this month I'm just looking at the 203ks, and I'm trying to teach you guys about them and tell you about them, because I think it's a very underused product, as I mentioned before, and it is getting to be springtime, as you can see by these awesome flowers on these trees right here. Yeah, and so it's getting to be buying season again, and we had a little bit of slowdown there January, February, and you know, as long as the world doesn't go too crazy, I think we're gonna have a strong spring. So all I'm trying to do is equip you with more tools to put in your toolbox, and you may never use it, but at least you know it's there and it's in your toolbox, and when you do need it and you do want to use it, give me a call. We'll get it done for you, because we can do that. All right, this is Homes, Houses, and Horses. This is Dave. Get a hold of me if you need me. Getmortgage.loans is my website. It's got my application on it. Love to talk to you about a 203k or any financing options that you may be interested in. If you're buyers out there and you're not working with a realtor and you think, hey, this sounds like a really good idea, talk to your realtor about it, and tell them that, hey, you know, let's keep this in our mind, let's keep this in our scope when we're out there looking. And if he or she has questions, because not everyone's done these, have them give me a call. You know, I'll spend as much time as necessary to help them and to educate them and to fully equip them, so when they go out there and in the marketplace, you know, they've got that tool in their tool belt. Okay, until next time, have a great day and happy spring.